Hey, I'm Courtney with a K and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing our trying to conceive journey, and this is the abridged version of that journey, okay? So I have a longer video that kind of goes like play by play, like chronologically, everything from start to finish. If you're interested in that video, I'm going to leave that video's link in the video description below. Also in the video description, there is a video link of the 3 most important tools, the most helpful tools that I used to help us in getting pregnant. If you're interested in that, it is also linked below. So let's get right into it. This is the long story short. What were my thoughts surrounding getting pregnant prior to trying is the first question. When we met, I had already had a son, my son Cruz. And so there weren't any thoughts. There wasn't any doubt that I could conceive a child and that I could, carry the child full term. I've only had one pregnancy, was carried all the way through successfully. And so there wasn't any doubt in my mind nor in Quentin's mind that we could have a child. How long did it take you to get pregnant, and how long were you trying to conceive? 2 years and a month to get pregnant. 2 years and a month to get a positive pregnancy test. It took us that long. How long were we trying to conceive? In my mind, I was trying to conceive, shortly after once we got married. Like, I wanted to come home pregnant from my honeymoon. So for me, I was trying to conceive long before we actually sat down and said, we're trying to have a baby. When we decided together that we were trying to have a baby, it was 2 years. The third question is, did you have any useful tools or apps that you used to help plan your pregnancy? And yes, we did. I actually have a video that's linked in the video description that kind of goes more into detail about these 3 tools. But roughly, I used the thermometer fertility tracking app, and I also used the Clear Blue ovulation predictor test kit. And I also used a basal thermometer to assist me with checking my temperature. Question number 4 is, did you make any lifestyle changes in an effort to improve your chances of getting pregnant? I probably prayed and fasted like I've never prayed and fasted in my entire life. Honestly, I probably prayed. My prayer life was definitely intact. Other than that, I can't really think of anything. I was trying to eat healthier, but nothing that was like consistent enough to where it could have actually, helped or benefited me in that type of way. So I prayed like crazy, literally. All right, so question number 5 just kind of states that trying to conceive can be a stressful time emotionally. Do you have any pointers for trying to stay positive and relaxed when you're feeling discouraged? Some things that actually assisted me in staying encouraged and relaxed probably would be my faith. I truly leaned on God in a way that I don't think I've ever leaned on God in my life during that time. Prayer really helped me. And I actually pray and I write my prayers down in a journal. So I would pray like, audibly, but then sometimes I would journal and I would write my prayers down. So a lot of writing, a lot of like renewing my mind with the word and just kind of keeping my mind focused on what God said during that time, just being open and honest with my circle, my close loved ones who were aware of the situation and knew that we were trying, being honest with them, being honest with Quentin, and just letting him know how I feel, having a good cry when I needed to. That helped. Crying. I cried a lot. I cry a lot now, so that's really not that much different, but just crying and releasing that negative energy, just being transparent, allowing myself to feel how I felt, just leaning on the support of God, my husband, and my friends, my close friends, and they really did a good job of like keeping me encouraged and helping me during that time. I would just say, journal, pray, lean on your people as much as you can, and just kind of make people aware of what you need and how they can help. Because a lot of people want to be a help, like your friends and your family, they want to help you through this process. It's just that people don't know how to help you through the process. So let people know what you need. Let them know how they can best support you during this time. The next question is what not to say to someone trying to conceive. How can friends check in with you without asking the obvious? And that's a very difficult question to ask because everyone is different. I know that during my time, I got to a place, obviously now I'm not as sensitive about the situation as I was then, but when you're in the thick of it, it can be a very sensitive, a very delicate situation. My advice to you is to ask the person, ask them, how you can check in with them to make sure they are like mentally and emotionally well in regards to the situation. Ask them and ask, her, ask the husband, ask them. Because I know at one point in time, I was so sensitive to the point where Quentin wouldn't even tell me if someone was expecting on his job. Just be mindful. I'm not trying to say that you have to walk on eggshells, but the best thing to do is to go to that individual and to ask them, what works for them. And the next question, I think this is the final question. It says, one thing you wish you knew at the start of your trying to conceive journey that you know now. I would probably say that getting pregnant is not as easy as it seems. And I say that because I had no idea that you had to have sex during this ovulation window. I did not know that. I just thought that sex meant that you had a child, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. One thing is it's easy for people to get pregnant if they're having sex within that window. But if you're having sex at all other times, it just completely narrows down to the point where it's a very slim chance that you're going to get pregnant if you're not having sex during that time. So definitely being aware of your ovulation window, which is helped by tracking your period. And just knowing that too, that sometimes it takes up to a year for you to actually conceive and for that to be successful, even when tracking. So just kind of be mindful that it's just not as easy as it seems. I tried to answer as many helpful questions as I could think of. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to comment down below any other questions that you may have in regards to it. And I will definitely try to answer your questions to the best of my ability. Ultimately, I feel that we're a community and we want to help each other out in this and, just try to be as supportive as we possibly can of one another, because it is a very difficult process, and support and encouragement and love is definitely needed throughout the process. So, and if I can assist you or if I could be of any help in any way, then please feel free to let me know by commenting. Make sure that you like this video if you've enjoyed it, and also make sure that you subscribe as well as hit the bell for post notifications. If you've enjoyed the long story short and you want to get a little bit more in detail, feel free to check out the lengthy video below. I have posted that in the video description. So thank you again, and until next time, take care of you. Bye-bye. Say bye, Judah. Bye.